What's going on, guys? It's Zenak here, bringing you, what is this, episode 4 of the Sony Vegas tutorial. And today I did say that we would be going over optical flares, but before we get into optical flares, I do want to apologize for any stutters or, like, mumbles that I might do. As you can see, it is 3:30 or 3:40 a.m. in the morning, and I just woke up, so this might be a little difficult, but we're going to get it done. So as you can see, starting off, I have my 6 tracks, 3 audio, 3 video already opened. And as you can see, like I reduced the size of them a little bit so that way I could see more of what's on the screen other than having to scroll the entire time. In order to do this, you put your cursor in between, or at the bottom of one, and you can just like drag it to however big you want it. See, I didn't want to like, if you go all the way up, you start blocking stuff like that. I don't want to do that, so I just want to do it like right below, so I can still reach everything. All right, so I've already imported my clip, and my preferences are already, set up. So, all right, so back to what I was doing. We have our 6 video tracks, got all that stuff taken care of, and this is the clip that we did the color correction to. This is the clip that we did the syncing to. So let's go on to the next clip. This clip right here, we're going to be adding an optical flare. So we find the beginning of the clip using the arrow keys on your keyboard to scroll through the frames. Okay, that's the end of that one. Let's start it probably about right here. Push S on your keyboard to split. Right click, delete the first part. Go ahead and drag this down, and we're going to find the end of this clip. Looks like it's going to be right there. There you go. Push S, right click, delete this part. Don't need this part anymore. Okay, so let's do a dynamic RAM preview and see what we're working with. Highlight and push Shift B. Let this do its thing. Okay, let's check out and see what we got. Actually, I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger so I can see what I'm doing. Drag this out, drag this down, and we can make it bigger. Let's start over from the beginning. Okay, so let's see, where do we want to start? I guess, okay, so the stop video track is going to be for black bars, obviously. The next one down is going to be for overlays. And then we have our gameplay. So the optical flares and all the motion flares and all that stuff, that's going to be an overlay. So we're going to throw it to the overlay tab. So let's import and import an optical flare, which I have. Let's see. What would be the easiest way to do this? Let's see where we want it first of all. Okay. Okay, well, the best thing to make it a good optical flare, I would start off, since we're not doing any other effects but optical flares for this video, let's do after the kill, about right there. Let's see, probably about right there when the numbers get big. So what we're going to do is right click, and as we did the syncing video, we're going to right click, go to properties, maintain aspect ratio, disable resample. Okay. We're going to split the clip. Next, I'm going to go ahead and push U on the keyboard to take out the audio for both of these. And I'm just going to delete it. We're not doing sound effects this video, just motion, just the motion flare and stuff like that. So after the kill, it gets that. Let's do it about like that. We're going to split the clip again. Delete this part, we don't need this. Hold control. Bring it out. So this is where our optical flare is going to be. Let's highlight Shift B just to see what we're working with. Okay, well, we should probably, I'm going to go back a few, make it a little bit bigger. Okay, make it a little bit bigger. What about there is fine. Okay, so I'm going to delete this. Hold control, drag it out. Now let's see what we're working with. This should be a lot longer. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So that gives us enough time to put the optical flare in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to import a flare. Let's see, where do we want it, first of all? Let's put it... thinking on that window in the background. Like right there on that light, maybe. That looks like a good point. Yeah, that'll work. We can make it on that light. Okay, so what we're going to do, make sure this track is highlighted in blue. You're going to go to Open. Let's use this one, optical flare. And you can get any of these optical flares. You can get them on Google, really. I mean, go to Google, type in optical flares, and search for images. And you need to have a flare that kind of looks like this. I mean, it's very small. You know, you can see the whole point on, you know, you can see the whole flare on the image. It's not going to have, like, you know, half of the flare over here, half the flare over here, you know. You want it to be able to see the entire flare on the image. And it's okay if it's a black image, because what we're going to do now is we're going to go to, where is it at? Is it that? Faucet mode? Yeah, okay. And we're going to go to screen, and it's going to take out the black. And let's cut it down to, we're going to go to the end of it where it lines up with the end of our clip. We're going to push S, and we're going to delete the rest of this because we don't need it anymore. So we're going to go into the event pan crop. You can do this one of two ways. I feel like it's easier to do it this way. You're going to go into the event pan crop, and you're going to start. Okay, this is going to be your timeline because we're going to edit the motion, like wherever. We're going to make this follow that light back there, basically. So in order to do that, on your first keyframe, which we're going to start dealing with these two. These are going to be add keyframes, delete keyframes. I'll show you how to do all that when we go through it. So for the first, this is the very beginning. This spot right here is the very beginning. If I were to click down here, it would jump down here. And if it doesn't jump down here, make sure that this is checked because it's going to sync it to where we're at. Because if this was not checked, we were to move over here, it would just move on the timeline and not on our actual timeline. So we're going to make sure that this is synced. So this part is going to be right here. So we're going to go back. And let's put it back here. So we're going to drag it over to about right there. Oh, I forgot to do something actually. Right click and restore properties. Disable resample. That's what I was talking about. See how it was cut off right there? So we're going to do that. Okay, now go back into it. Go to event pan crop. And now it should be fixed. Okay, well, I don't know why it's not fixed, but it's no big deal. We can work with it. Put it there on the light. Click your keyframe. Go forward on your, push right on your keyboard, the arrow. Let's go forward about 3 frames or so. And let's move it back a little bit. About right there. Go forward 3 more keyframes. Didn't really move. Oh, okay, now it's moving. So keep it there. You're going to add a keyframe since we did not move, and it's about to move. So that means like it's going to stay. Okay, add keyframe. Add keyframe. There we go. So from this point to this point, it's not going to move. But from this point to, oops, from this point to, looks like, this point, it is going to move. So we're going to adjust it back to where we think it should be at, about right there. So now if we follow through, it's gonna stay right there. And don't worry that you see how there's a bit line right here. We're gonna take that out here in a minute. So go back to your keyframe, go forward a couple more. So let's back up 1, add keyframe here because it didn't move and now it's about to move. So from here to here, it's not moving. And now since it is moving, we're gonna add another keyframe. We're gonna track it again. Where is it moving to exactly? using the arrow keys on my keyboard to move it. So from here to here, just staying there. We're gonna go keep going. Okay, so it's moving here. So back up one keyframe, add a keyframe. So motion track it again. Right there, from there to there. Okay. So it's a very repetitive process. So we're gonna back up one keyframe right there, add a keyframe, go up like that. So it don't have to be perfect, but it needs to be close because the audience isn't really going to be paying attention to your motion track. They're going to be paying attention that you did put it in there most of the time. So we're going to there and from there to there, or there, add a keyframe. And from there, click it here, over there to there. Okay. Keep going. Right there. Add a keyframe. Oops. Okay. Go up, over, from there to there. Looks like about right there. Add a keyframe, and then right there, maybe. Yeah, about right there. Okay. There. Add a keyframe. Okay, it's gonna start moving now because we can now see the light. So now that's gonna where it's gonna hit the light. So I'm gonna keep going. About right there. We're gonna go up a couple. Not add a keyframe. Okay, so what we're gonna do, since I did move it by accident, we're gonna copy this keyframe. Right click copy, and we're gonna paste it here. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna make this a little bit shorter. I'm just gonna skip all the way to the end. It doesn't have to be perfect. Let's just try to put it about right there. And about right there. Go back over here a little bit. And now let's go right there. Yeah, that's a little too far. Go back this way a little bit. Okay. Still kind of far. Oh, put it about right there. Okay, now let's definitely gotta go a little more. Right there. Okay, that'll work. We can make it work. Now the very, very, very end. Just gonna drag it over a little bit, about like that. Okay, that'll work. We can make that work. Obviously, if we were just gonna make this longer video, I'd take a little bit more time on it, but we can make this work. Now let's see what we got. This might look good or it might look bad. We'll about to see how it works. So, okay, well, now we're about to make it to where it is animated. So what you're gonna want to do is go to your plugins, effects. You're gonna want to add a brightness contrast, and let's see, what else could we do to make it a little bit? I think we'll work with this right now. We'll see what we got. So now you're going to want to animate your effect. So this is the animate button. We're going to be animating the brightness. So if you go into your brightness, first of all, we're going to turn down the contrast just a little bit so we get rid of those bars, like the bars that you saw. What about 0143? We'll probably get rid of it. So first, you're going to turn the brightness up just a little bit. And as you adjust the brightness, you obviously want to adjust the contrast a little bit too. Make the contrast to go with it. Okay, so now we have the brightness and the contrast. We go forward a little bit. Oops. Let's do about here, and we're going to turn the brightness down. Contrast probably stay there. Go forward a few more, turn the brightness back up, and we'll also turn the contrast back up. Ooh, we're down a little bit. There we go. Okay. Go forward a few more frames. Turn the brightness down. And turn your contrast is fine, but I'm going to turn it down just a little bit more so we get that effect, that glowing effect. So go forward a few more. Turn your brightness back up. Contrast down. Or up with it. Okay. Go forward a few more. Turn your brightness down. It's a very repetitive process. The whole motion blur, or not motion blur, motion flares and the optical flares. It's a very repetitive process. I'll make this one really bright. And then the contrast. Yeah. 40 more. 40 more. More. You don't have to having the horse over the almost don't break it. Try to go down it. Down, down. Here, down, down, here, up, up, down, 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 up, up, and back down, back down. Okay. So we close this. Now look and see what we got. Shift B. See what we got now going. See, it doesn't look too bad. Except for that, there was one frame, couple frames in there where it did stand out a little bit. But if you were to throw in color corrections, it wouldn't stand out that bad. And you can also, what I would do is I'm going to show you another trick that I would do. We're going to, on this, I'm going to go ahead and import my black bars. I would actually put this at the beginning. So we're going to drag this out to match the end. So now if we were to, what's going on here? What is going on here? Why are my black bars? Okay, well, I'll have a template. I'm just going to do it the other way that I showed you guys the other day. So I'm going to add another video track. And I'm going to add it this way. Okay. Now let's check this real quick. now we got something that's kind of like this. Okay, now for the optical flare, what I usually do for my videos is we're going to add another video track. I know there's a lot, but since we can't add another optical flare to this track, since we already have an optical flare going, we can't overlap two flares. So I'm going to add another one, insert video track. And you're going to want this track above this track because the flare we're about to throw on is going to have to go over this one. And you're not going to want it underneath or else it's going to look pretty bad. So I'm going to throw another one. I have the one I picked out that I do want. It's going to be... Oh, I didn't want this. So it came with this one. This track. Okay. The one I do want is this one right here. So I'm going to... Oh, that's too far. Right there. Delete. Control. Drag this down. And you're going to do the same thing. You're going to add... where was it? Is it this one? Yeah. Screen. So now if we do the dynamic RAM preview, you should get something that looks like that. And that is today's video of how to motion track and add optical flares or motion flares. So tomorrow's video or the next video will probably go over, what do we want to go over? What would be a good thing to go over? Probably go over sound effects and how to, with certain gunshots, you can make some explosions. How to get the bass boosted sound effects, obviously synced up to some music. So that'll probably be tomorrow's video. And if you guys have any questions, be sure to tweet at me. My Twitter is @ZNACOG, and I'll be sure to get back to you promptly or as soon as I can, because I know, while you're editing a video and you have some questions, you're not going to want to wait around 2 hours to finish your video edit. So I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And this has been ZNAC, and stay tuned for the next episode. I'll see you later.